I can't tell you what a great honor it is for me to be here today. Some of you may not be aware, the first time I ran for the State Assembly was 40 years ago. So the best I can say is better late than never. Since this is my first time speaking in front of the Assembly, I think it only appropriate that I take a few moments to thank the people who sent me here. So I want to thank the residents of the 84th District for their show of support for me and sending me here to represent them, to be their voice in the State Assembly. I also want to acknowledge my predecessor, Mike Kuglich, for the great job that he did for many years representing many of the same people. I heard a lot of positive things about Mike when I was out knocking on doors. I'm here, of course, to ask for your support for a key public safety proposal, Assembly Bill 55. This reckless driving legislation has received broad bipartisan support, and I want to thank you for that support. I also want to thank Mayor Johnson and the City of Milwaukee for taking the time out of their busy schedule to address our committee and show their support for this legislation. According to the Milwaukee Police Department, 374 driving citations for reckless driving was issued in 2021. This past year, we saw 497 citations, a 32% increase. While Milwaukee certainly is the center of attention, this has become a statewide issue. The Department of Transportation says about 2,900 people are injured in reckless driving crashes every year in the state of Wisconsin. And last year alone, 119 people lost their lives. Reckless driving may include stolen vehicles, fleeing from officers, and excessive speeding of 25 miles an hour or more. Last year alone in Milwaukee, 2,342 citations were issued for excessive speeding of 25 miles an hour or more, nearly 6 per day. And that's with a reduced police department of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of officers. This is a serious problem. This bill sends a message to criminals that this behavior will no longer be tolerated, and you will indeed be punished for endangering the lives of potentially thousands of people. Sadly, criminals do not fear the repercussions of their actions and have even publicly admitted it. Many of you are aware, I'm sure, of the Kia boys and their public statements. They're proud of their behavior. They are laughing, literally, at our police, and they are making a mockery of our criminal justice system and the rule of law. This bill sends a message to criminals that this behavior will no longer be tolerated, and you will be punished for endangering the lives of thousands of people. As elected representatives of the people, we need to send a clear message to not only criminals, but to our judges, that we have heard from our constituents and that we, as a legislator, are taking action. We also call upon our judges. We are giving you the tools to hold these individuals appropriately accountable. We expect you judges to do just that. Mr. Speaker, while I know that this is not, as it's been said before, this is not a silver bullet, I am all for a multi-pronged approach to addressing this serious problem. But this is a much needed first step. And finally, I will say this. The last time reckless driving legislation was enhanced in the state of Wisconsin, Winston Churchill was Prime Minister of England. Dwight Eisenhower was President of the United States. A gallon of gas cost 20 cents. And the average cost of a new home in America was $17,000. 1953, Mr. Speaker. That was even before I was born. So I ask, this is common sense legislation. We need 2023 penalties to deal with 2023 crimes. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.